What's up, everybody? Welcome to Dear Future Husband. We are live. Okay, y'all, so I'm feeling a little under the weather. So I apologize for my lack of energy today, okay? But I have my hot cocoa with me. And so we're going to get through this today, okay? What's up, y'all? Welcome in. What's up? So, y'all, this is, again, Dear Future Husband, a show about relationship, love, marriage, all of that good stuff, right? Dating. And I am Bree, your favorite lawyer by day, and the hostess with the mostest every Thursday night, right? And so I'm your host for Dear Future Husband every single week. We are on episode 11, which means that we are halfway through the season, y'all. And I'm so thankful for that. Thank you for everybody that's been rocking with me since day one. I appreciate y'all. And for those that are new to the game, welcome. I appreciate y'all. And so once we get our guest on here, we're just gonna jump right up into it, okay? And so today's episode is called Dear Future Husband. I'm holding, but I ain't getting any younger. Where you at? Right? And so we're gonna talk about dating in the 40s. Because I'm 42. And my guest, hopefully he doesn't care that I say this, but he is 41. And the game is a little different the older that you get, right? But nobody tells you that until you're single in your 40s. And so here we are. And I see you, Cap. Let me see if I can invite you. Let me see. All right. I'm bringing him on. So give it a minute, y'all. Hold on. Thank y'all for tuning in. Hi, everybody. Hey, everybody. Thank y'all for tuning in. I think... Okay. Y'all, this has been happening the last 3 weeks. I swear. We've been having issues with the invites. So I'm inviting him to join again. Cap, I invited you to join. So my guest is Cap Hill. He's a comedian here in DFW. Been doing this thing actually. He's been traveling, doing this thing, his comedian thing, and so pretty nice guy, pretty dope guy. If I could just get him to join on here, I don't know what's happening. I don't know what's happening right now. Says Cap is unable to join. Oh no, I don't know why. Hold on, y'all. How y'all doing, by the way? Are y'all, y'all doing good? Y'all feeling good? Like I said earlier, I'm a little under the weather, so excuse my lack of energy, y'all, for real. I'm gonna try to get it together at some point today. So Cap, I keep sending you an invite. I don't know why you're not jumping on. If you're on your laptop, it doesn't work on your laptop or on a computer. You got to be on your phone, I think, for it to work. So try it that way. What's up, y'all? Please drop where you are tuning in from. Every week I want to see where my people are coming from and who's tuning in from where. So drop where you're tuning in from. And then also raise your hand. Raise your hand in the comments if you find that dating
to work.
There you
No
go.
wonder. There it is.
What's up, y'all? Please drop where you are tuning in from. Every week I want to see where my people are coming from and who's tuning in from where. So I hear feedback.
Yeah, I'm here now.
Okay.
I was on the laptop trying to get it done.
Yeah, it's not IG and laptops and computers just don't do it. So hey, welcome.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good.
Good. Thank you for being on and thank you for being my guest this week. We're gonna have so much fun. So what I was saying to everybody before you jumped on was raise your hand in the comments. Number one, drop where you tuning in from. Number two, raise your hand in the comments if you found that dating later on has been a little bit more difficult or just more interesting than you imagine or than it was in your earlier years.
Correct.
So, Cap, dear future husband, I'm holding, but I ain't getting no younger. Where you at? Okay.
Right.
This is what we're gonna get into
Yeah.
today. You ready?
I'm so excited.
Okay. So, um, first let's get through the niceties. You are where do you live, Cap?
I stay in Irving.
You stay in okay, so you're in the DFW in the Dallas Fort Worth area.
Correct.
Um
Yes, ma'am.
how old are you?
41.
Single?
I'm dating.
Okay,
Yes.
I like that. I like that. And is your inbox open just in case somebody feels froggy and wants to jump?
Follow me.
And
Yeah. Yeah.
he's gonna leave it at that.
Yeah.
Okay, so we are about the same age almost, right? I'm 42, you're 41. And I will say that what I had to realize, and I realized this really, pretty early on, is that at this age, all of us are coming with baggage. Period.
Correct.
Right? Like we
Of course.
at this age, you've gone through some things, right? Whether it's,
Right.
you having kids, been married before, um, you're damaged for whatever reason, you need some therapy. Listen, we all come with something, right?
Of course. Of course.
And I've had to remember that because sometimes talking to my homegirls that have been married since like their 20s, when they didn't know anything, didn't have anything,
Exactly.
that struggle that they went through with that man back in the 20s is different than the struggle as a single person dating in their 40s, right? The the
Yeah.
the the baggage is a little different. Would you
It
agree?
is. Of course. Yes. You know, when you in your 20s, you built off of physical attraction, infatuation.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you willing to ride your emotion out off the potential of somebody.
Right.
You get to 40, you know what I mean? It becomes something different because, potential is good, but at the same time, you're expected to be in a place of, you know,
Somewhat
stability.
stability. Yeah. Yeah. And then, like I said, when you're in your 20s and let's say you get married early in your 20s, y'all are growing up together. Y'all probably don't have a house yet. You don't have any kids yet. You don't, but now when you're meeting somebody in the 40s, like I said, I mean, we towing some things with us, right?
Correct.
And it's a matter of just
Yeah,
recognizing that, right? And recognizing
I
that
get it.
everybody is going to come with something. It's just a matter of what that something is and if you can deal with it.
Yeah, that's true to a fault.
Right.
To a fault. Yeah.
So, what has your experience been? And how can you give me some comparisons from now and versus like when you were a lot younger? What has your dating experience been like?
Well, I'm gonna set up a couple qualifiers. Like I went straight from my mom's house, and I had a high school sweetheart.
Mm-hmm.
Broke up with her at 18. Got with my ex-wife at 19,
Okay.
and was with her until I was 39 years old. So those my qualifier. That's the baggage that I'm towing with me because
Yeah.
I was, as we talked about, I was eager and I was, trying to turn somebody into something. So I can say that now I'm very much more patient than I used to be.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like even if I feel those butterflies or you do something right, I'm still like, okay, it takes some time to really figure out who somebody is because I feel like,
Hmm.
we meet our representatives for the first 6 months in my head. When we say, hey, we going on a date on Saturday, you
Mm-hmm.
prepared for Saturday. So you're going to try to come in the best mood. You're going to try to, you know what I mean? You're going to
Look
try
your
to,
best.
you're
Yeah.
not really exposing your flaws
Yeah.
during the dating stage.
And
So it's more of a read between the lines type of thing that you got to kind of start seeing things with people.
I like that you said that because me and my friends have had a few conversations about that. And so good. Listen, I like it. Okay. So what I am finding is that men now, and I guess it is an age thing. I never really put that qualifier on it, but I guess it is an age thing now, are very much not quick to just jump in. and very
Correct.
much want to, like you said, sit back and see. And so we've always had the question, and we being me and my homegirls, right? It's always a question of, but how long? How long does it take for you to be like, okay, I like this girl, I'm starting to get comfortable with her? And so is it 6 months? You said 6 months. Is that what your timeline is?
I mean, I feel like what happens over that 6 month period is we'll see each other once a week, and then it might grow to two, three times a week.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Once you start to grow, you might introduce me to certain family members or your
Mm-hmm.
children. You know, those type of things to show that we progressing. So once we progressing, I get, you know, that you may want somebody to make a move, but in that time frame, 6 months to me is not a long time. We probably will see each other if we both busy 2 times a month. That's 12 times. Is that enough time to really learn somebody?
No, and I guess like what you're saying, like now, we have to take into account that, like you said, we have kids now. We have
Right.
jobs
Got
now. So you're right.
responsibilities.
We
Yeah.
can't see each other all the time. It is
Correct.
very limited, So
Exactly.
would you say during those 6 months, are y'all friends? Are you
Yes.
okay? So you're
I feel
not,
like I invest. I'm what?
go ahead.
No, what were you saying? You said I'm not what?
So you're not in a relationship prior to the 6 months is to see if you want to get into a relationship.
I can be exclusively dating.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes, it
You know
does.
what I mean? I'm not trying to set it up to say that, if I'm invested in you, like
Mm-hmm.
when we first get started, I feel like we both coming in on our way into something or on our way out of something. So nobody's truly single out here in these streets no more. In my head, it's people
Yeah.
who at least checking for you that you may be turning down, but everybody has somebody that, they can go to if they need such and such. So at the end of the day, when you were dating, of course, we just trying to feel each other out, see what's going on. And it take time to build that up to say, okay, I'm liking her more than the chick I was dating, before I got with her that I still talk to on the phone because we still got history. You know what I mean? So I'm just setting it up to how people still are caught up in, what they do. But I can exclusively date you, but it just take time to get to that. I ain't saying it's 6 months, but I got to know more about you than in 4 dates when we just all in a good mood and everything going fine. Like, what are your flaws? How much are we talking on the phone? Are we talking every day at least to where we get asking questions and learning things about each other? That's what I'm kind of, looking for.
Okay.
Somebody that want to tell me who they are rather than just being cool and we just, dating.
And you feel like
Or
6 months, give or take, right? 6 months, give or take, that it gives you
yeah,
enough of an insight into, like you said, how she moves, how she her good days, her bad days, how she, how her household runs, all of that good stuff, right? Her finances, I'm
if you
assuming, all of that.
the qualifier is if you invested.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. And so, what are your qualifiers? Can you give me some examples of what those are?
Um, well, see, that's a big deal. So,
Okay.
um, I can only speak for myself.
Right.
What I find in the dating world is that I've met a lot of alpha females. Women who are, well off. They used to running their household, whether it be their kids or whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
They the nucleus of their family at the current moment. So they used to, delegating and telling, people what to do. So when I come into the situation, it can kind of be a power struggle at first because I'm an alpha male. So it's hard for an alpha male and an alpha female to get through those first couple of stages because you're used to running things, but yet I'm coming in and saying, okay, but you can't son me. I'm not your son. I'm not one of your kids. So it depends on how you talk, how you come in. Like men who are alpha males are looking for a woman that can massage that rather than attack it.
Okay. And that's an interesting topic that you're bringing up regarding an alpha male and the alpha female. So you're right. It is a struggle, and what I found is that it's a struggle on both ends. More
Correct.
because also, I have found that some alpha males don't know how to speak, like like talk to a woman
Right.
like he got some sense. You know what I'm saying?
Correct. Correct.
And so the same thing, like you said, you don't want to be treated like a child. Same thing on the flip side, right? I'm attracted to alpha males. But I want to be treated like a woman, you know what I'm saying? And not like a child. But you're right, is that I don't want to call it a power struggle, because I don't feel like, me personally, from my experience, I don't feel like it's a power struggle. I feel like it's more like a y'all are learning each other, right? So learning how she acts, or how he acts, how she speaks, how he speaks, things like of that nature, right? Learning how to treat each other, things of that, like, that's what I think that for. And you're right, that elongates the whole dating process, right? Because
Right.
you're going back and forth and trying to figure out, like,
Right. And to go just a little bit deeper on it is like, so when it comes to having those conversations and trying to learn each other, the worst part that happens is that men live in logic, right?
right.
So if it doesn't make sense to us, it's hard for us to try to adjust to it. Women speak emotionally, right? Y'all emotional creatures. So if you come to me in an emotional way and I say, I don't understand, for some reason, rather than trying to help me understand, you get more upset because you feel like I'm not listening or I'm not agreeing for the sake of disagreeing. So it's, if you can't speak and let me understand it, that's where we have our disconnect, because you just say, because I just feel that way. And men, we can't adjust to that and be like, well, I just can't give you your way because you feel like I should if I don't understand, if I'm an alpha male. Does that make sense?
So it does make sense, and I think it depend. All of that depends on the context, right? So it's one thing
Right.
of, I'm trying to come to you as an alpha male, and I'm trying to explain how I feel, but I'm not explaining how I feel, right? And I just expect you to just understand. I get that. I get that part of it. But there's also sometimes when we come to you, and it's not so much of as an explanation that we feel like we need to give. It's just more of a, I just need to come to you for comfort. I'm in my feels. We don't have to really dig into it and dive into it but I'm in my feels. Hold me. Like, that's it. We ain't got to talk about it, And I find that alpha male are like, the two don't connect for them, right? It's like, I have to fix it. So tell me what it is. But I can't tell you what it is right now because I haven't even processed my emotions. I just know I'm in my feels, right? And so I just need you I'm coming to you for comfort. That's it. I don't need you to fix it. I just need you to hold me right now, this second, right? And so that's what I have found with alpha males. It's kind of like, and so they're like, well, there's nothing for me to fix. I don't know what to do. You're right. There's nothing to fix. Just wrap your arms around me and let me just, you know what I'm saying? Just find some comfort.
Yeah. And so, I mean, it's even another level to that. So, black men, first of all, we got to understand that black men, we go through a lot, outside, it's war on us when you trying to do the right thing. You see what I'm saying? Um, so what happens is that in most alpha males cases, the way their upbringing has been, um, we lack affection. We don't really embrace that the way that women expect us to embrace. We have to learn. That's a learned quality. Yeah, that's a learned quality with black men. Like, we used to being told to toughen up and, stay hard and, go get the money and do all that. You know what I mean? Just bring the money home. It's not about affection. Like, I had to learn. I didn't get affection until I had a daughter.
Okay.
That was one of the main reasons my marriage broke down, because I wouldn't come for that. She could come to me and get it, but I wasn't going to just come and do that. That wasn't what I was built on. My mother didn't, you know what I'm saying? She wasn't affectionate unless I was sick.
Okay.
But we're not built on that. So that's kind of something that's a learned quality rather than some a man gonna come in with.
Right. And then, and like you said, because everybody is different, right? So what I may need as far as comfort, the next woman may not, right? And may not be looking to you for all of that, but I need, I like to be held. I like to be cuddled. So when I'm having a bad day, sometimes things in the law firm just blow the hell up.
Right. Of course.
And I'm having a rough day.
Yeah.
And I need to just be like, just let's cuddle on the couch real quick. watch a little TV, you know, and then it'll be okay. But I don't feel like I have to tell you like every single detail of what happened in the law firm, if that makes any sense.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Joseph says it's all about how you deliver your verbiage. It is, and I find that the real strong alpha males, they're kind of rough with their delivery sometimes, you know. But I think it's like you said,
That's
it's
true.
a learned skill. All of it, the
Right.
affection, the way you speak, that's a learned skill, right?
Correct.
But it does get in, you know, that does cause conflict, you know, depending upon who you're with. And then Christina says, you are right, Bree. Most alpha females don't want to be alphas in their relationships. Absolutely not. We don't want to be, but like you said, we're used to it, right? So that's a learned skill as well. That's a learned skill.
Correct.
Okay. So to fall back and to let him lead and let him, you know, lead you in every aspect of your life is a learned skill. And so I feel like at this age, patience is required on both ends.
Boom. So now I'm finna hit you with what's about to shock the world.
Come through.
Can you do that with a man who may not be as well off in life as you are? It seems like females, can you fall back with a man who he treats you the way you want to be treated? Mm-hmm. However, his finances or his life may not be as stable as yours, but he comes in with the intention of loving you correctly. I don't believe that alpha females know how to respect a man unless he's on the same level or above her.
Okay. So I don't necessarily agree, but I can only speak for myself, right? Because I have not always dated men that were on my level. Matter of fact, I had come to the conclusion that more than likely I will not find a man that I'm attracted to that's making the same amount of money that I'm making, right?
Correct.
That, you know, now I have met men who have proven me wrong in that circumstance, right? So, but yes, I feel like, yes, I can, as long as you have a career and you're bringing in money and on your end, your household, you can maintain your own household, without having to come to me for money, because I'm maintaining my own household without having to come to you for money, then I feel like, yes, I can respect you and allow you to lead as a man, regardless of what your income is. Allow you to lead me. You know what I'm saying? But that's me. I don't know how other y'all women, please chime in the comments. Let me know how you feel about that. But that's me.
See, that you got a caveat though. You still have a safe place. So if I'm maintaining my household and you maintaining your household, you can agree to disagree to go back to your household. But once it goes deeper, you see what I'm saying? And now we have to start intertwining.
Okay.
And you don't have a place to run to when you don't want to argue, and it just happens like that. That's where the aggression starts to come out. When you start to try to intertwine and go deeper, that's when the alpha situation where the button head is going, when y'all start being in the same space more than y'all usually would be when you just dating.
See, and so Christina says being an alpha has nothing to do with finances, and I agree. It does. Is a man's ability to lead me has nothing to do with the zeros that's behind, right? His and his income. For me, it has nothing to do. And then, yes, I'm talking about two different households, because for me, the qualifier is you have to have been able to maintain whatever it is that you were doing before I came along. You have to have been able to maintain that on your own.
Correct.
Right? Like, if you can't even do that, then I'm out. Because I can't take on a project. But as long as you can maintain your level of lifestyle, then I'll entertain you, right? But that's my viewpoint. Now, yeah, I'm talking about people who live in two different households, but even when it's combined, I mean, again, as a man, like I'm not looking at you as a dollar sign. Me personally, again, this is me, right? So I'm not looking at you as a dollar sign.
You got to be special. Yeah, you special in that regard, because it's just, you got to understand that everyone feels like they're different from what the trend or what the norm is, but in most cases, the females that you meet, they expect that. Like they look at too much, Real Housewives, where they can just sit back and drink mimosas, and the dude got the bread and all. Like that's what females look for. It's like money is power in this world, and that's true. You know, even if I think a woman would rather be with a guy that's well off that treat her bad than to be with a broke dude that treat her exactly how she want to be treated, just because he not providing that aspect of it.
And here's my thought process on all of that. To me, it never mattered how much money you made, because once you got with me, that was gonna come up regardless, because that's, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a hustler by nature,
You
right?
supportive like that, right?
Right. And we're gonna figure this thing out. And you ain't gonna be there long. This was just
Right.
your, this was your starter income. Like, just, you act
Okay.
right.
Right.
You act right.
Right.
You treat me right. We combine our resources. You weren't gonna make that for too much longer. You know what I'm saying? Not with me, but that's how I
That's
feel, right? So
that's
that's why income has never ever been a thing for me. But again, that is me. Women, please, again,
yeah.
jump in the comments and let
Women
me know
got to
how you
chime
feel.
in on this one because that's a rarity. I'm gonna be real. That's a diamond in the rough of what society true usually is.
Yeah.
Because women will have you doing things like you can't even get a woman number unless you buy her and her homegirls drinks in the club. Like
Okay.
stupid stuff like that. Like it's stuff that's why I don't even go to the club. Like I don't meet women in the club. I gotta meet women, you know what I
Out.
mean, in neutral
Yeah.
situations where we get to know each other. And I don't even go eat. I'd rather meet you in the park on the first date. Just to see if I like sitting around you before I go spend money on you. And women don't like that. They don't like to go on the first. They want you to go give them steak and potatoes every time y'all go out. So it all depends on the type of woman that you're dealing with.
It
Like to me,
absolutely does.
I win women out conversation. I'm a conversationalist. I'm a dude that is an alpha male that can communicate how I feel, which makes me a rarity in
Yes,
most
it
cases.
does. Yes, it does.
So
I will say, I don't know. Like that's. I feel like there are. I feel like like maybe some of the women, like that whole buying drinks in the club, and you got to buy your friends, her friends drinks too. I don't know them
ratchet
type
shit.
of women. I'm
It's
always around
ratchet.
them, so
Well, like
I
I
can't
say,
speak to that. Huh?
it's a lot of it's a lot of them out there though.
Yeah. Well, I'm
The
sure. I'm
dating
sorry.
pool, like the dating pool with y'all. Like, I mean, to find a man that's successful that wants to be committed is a rarity. Because most men that got
Right.
money got so many options that
Right.
you know what I mean. That's what they use. But when you built out the fundamentals of really wanting to have a family and grow with somebody, that's a rarity if a
It
man is
is.
successful and want to have that mindset.
It is, and wants to be, exclusive to you. And so I will say that what I have found by dating men that don't make the income that I make and that are lower, on income level than I am, what I have found is that they question themselves a lot. Like, why do you like me? Why, like, it's a lot of insecurity on that front, for sure.
Mhm.
And that's what I have
Right.
found as with the disparity in income levels, right? Um,
Yeah.
so yeah, there's that. Um, Joseph says, speaking facts on both dynamics. Michelle says, and you have to have confidence in who you are. You
Of course.
absolutely do. Michelle also says that's a stereotype. There are a lot of successful women who aren't looking at money. And that, again, I'm around a lot of successful women that don't act like that. So I can't speak on your experiences. Not saying that your experiences are false.
Yeah,
Just
of
saying that
course
I
not.
don't I don't have an explanation for that because I don't know.
Because that's who you are as a person. So you deal
Right.
with like-minded
Yeah.
individuals.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's how I do
But
it.
we out here though. And I just want to put that out there. Like, we out here, right?
Right.
And so, keep the faith. John says, wow, I guess I'm blessed. I met a lot of amazing women that aren't after money. Yeah, you are. From what I'm hearing.
You
and
blessed, bro. You blessed, my guy.
and
You
John,
blessed, bro.
yeah, he blessed.
Unless never mind. Well, unless you meet a certain physical stereotype. You see what I'm saying? Like, I'm a chubby dude, so I got to get off all personality. I don't got no V
You ain't
going
chubby.
down. Like, attractive dudes can get away with some of that stuff too, because they got strong muscles and they work out. They got the V going down until they cry. That stuff y'all be looking at on the movies. You know what I mean? So we gotta eliminate. We talk about somebody you gotta, you know, sacrifice.
Not the strong muscles though. Okay.
Yeah, I'm a seven dude. Yeah, you have to get used to this.
So tell me, what is it that, what's your attraction? Like, what attracts you to a woman? Not so much physical, but like, you know, otherwise, personality wise. What attracts you to her?
The main thing a man want is a woman that's a nurturer in some type of way. You know, um, for you to care about what I say and make that a part of your lifestyle is very attractive to most alpha men. I'm listening to you and I'm trying to change and evolve. Well, let me take that back. I'm trying to evolve. I'll never change, but I can evolve to, you know, be who you want me to be because I love you enough or like you enough. But
Okay.
um, I'm used. I want a woman that can communicate to me and let me know how she feel. Nurtures me. Like I say, lets me know she care about me too. Like Valentine's Day come around, we both get presents.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. So it's just men
Is
just want a woman that act like she messed with him for real, not just because of his bread or
yeah.
because he can do it down. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like it's deeper than that. I done got past that physical. At 40,
Yeah.
everybody
Yeah.
that did practically everything they wanted to do sexually. So it's about
Yeah.
the other stuff. You see what I'm saying? Now I'm on the other stuff, like how she make me feel,
Yeah.
other than me doing that. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. So, okay. So what's the thing? Y'all don't get Valentine's Day presents? Like that's the
Most
thing.
times, that Valentine's Day is a female dominated holiday. Dudes get lingerie that she go buy lingerie for him, and we didn't send you naked. That is not a gift.
You make me sick. That is not a
That's not a
present for
gift.
you.
Yeah, that's not outfit for you is not a present for me. But okay,
But have you ever gotten a Valentine's Day present?
of course.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
It's
that was
just
the
not
reason that
a.
I got infatuated with my ex-wife because she was very good at holidays. She just sucked the mother 332 days out the year.
Oh, okay. There's that. Okay. So so I like what you said about it's more than just physical. It at this age, you're right. I mean, you've done everything that you've wanted to do. And so now you got to offer more than just what's in between your legs at this point, right?
Correct.
Um,
That's it.
I mean,
Now that's still important, but
it
I
got to
need
be more
more.
than that though. It got to be some
Correct.
personality. It got to be some compassion in there. We got to be able to talk and communicate.
Understand each other. Yeah.
We got to be able to sit in silence. We ain't got to talk all the time and have something rocking. We can just sit down and
And
watch
do
TV.
nothing.
There you go.
That's what I'm
That's
saying.
important to
Somebody
me.
can just sit and do nothing.
Right. Right. And that's what people
I just
don't
want you
get.
in my space because you bring me peace,
There you go.
not problems.
There you go. And that's what people don't get is that sometimes you ain't always got to be ripping and running all the time. If I can sit down on your couch and we can watch TV and that's just what it is tonight, right?
Right.
That's invaluable to me. If we
For
can
real.
if we can take a ride somewhere and just be chilling, listening to music, riding,
Jam some music.
I like that. That's my type of that's my
That's my
type of night.
situation. And yeah, I'm a lake dude. Let's go listen to the waves crash and
Yeah. Yeah.
chill.
And just chill and
Feel the
just
breeze.
talk. Yeah.
Yeah, just couldn't talk about nothing. Just tripping out. People watching. I love that.
Yeah. Yeah. I like that. And then have inside jokes. Like it's the little things for me, right? We got inside jokes. We cracking up on something stupid. You know what I'm saying? We can people watch and talk about look. You know what I'm saying? Like that
That's
is
what I'm saying.
invaluable.
It's a
That's
beautiful
invaluable.
thing just to be able to have a good time. Yeah.
Right, right. So
Yeah,
John says,
and then I gotta be comfortable bringing you around my people.
So
That's a
when does
big deal
that,
too.
is that after the 6 months, give or take, or is that before the 6 months that you introduce?
Yeah, because I gotta like you before I try to make somebody else in my family like you. Like
Okay.
my kids can't meet somebody that I'm struggling with. Like I gotta have I don't, because I'm not somebody that's gonna bring different women in and out of my kids' lives. So you got to reach a certain level with me. Like it took me, what is it, 3 years Yeah, I'm almost at 3 years before, a female met my kids.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, so so
Um.
well I say strong dating scene, but it took a
Okay.
long time to find one.
Okay. Okay. And you've been single for 3 years?
Yeah, since I was separated for a year and a half before I actually got divorced, and it's been 2 years since then. So yeah.
Okay. Okay. Um. John says it's important, though. I'm assuming he's talking about what's between the legs. Yes, the physical. The
Yeah,
physical is
it
important,
is. It is.
but it's
It
not
is
everything.
important.
It's not everything.
Not no more.
No,
Not no
you
more.
gotta offer more than that because I ain't gonna be able to do it.
Yeah.
Um. Okay. Have you tried? So, have you been on those dating apps? Have you tried those?
No, ma'am. I don't
No.
believe in that.
Oh. Oh.
Oh, well, I take that back. I did scroll through Facebook dating. I thought you meant like, blackmatch.com.
Any of them.
I ain't gonna pay no money to meet nobody. That's what I'm not gonna like. I'm not gonna pay 10.99 to try to scroll through profiles and try to find a date. That's not what I'm.
That's not
But
what you're
I
about.
went to the Facebook dating app. Yeah, I went to the Facebook dating app for a little bit. It was cool.
It was cool. Okay.
It was alright. Yeah, I went on a couple of dates off of it. Yeah.
Listen, it did not work for me at all. Facebook dating apps at all. Um, and it was a waste of my free money, and so my free time. But for
I
me, you know what I'm
understand.
saying. I know people that it worked for. But for
Yeah,
me, it just wasn't my thing. Um.
correct.
Oh, John says no. Being able to sit in silence is important. LOL, my bad.
Oh
No,
yeah,
it
yeah,
is.
yeah. True. That's
It
true. That.
is. It is. If you
Yes.
got to be entertained at all costs, I'm not. I'm not your girl. I can't do all that all the time.
Yeah.
So
I got
no,
to
that
talk
is
about
important.
you.
That is important. Okay, Cap. What? Let me see. What are some type of foolishness? Have people tried to ask you for rent on the first date? Have you gotten into that yet?
That's another thing. Like that's why I say it's like money. Like females will test you with that. Like they'll be like, okay, for my time. Now, mind you, this is before you even got into the physicality. It's just getting to know each other. They'll be like, hey, I'm $200 short on my light bill, and they'll just see if you'll do it. And because dudes are known to trick out here, females won't try nothing unless it's worked before. So it's just that's almost kind of like the mood that's out here is to get as much money as I can before I got to get into the physical aspect. And dudes like, okay, we trying to budget till we can get to it. So it's a push and pull. Like I said, it's just everybody want to be in charge. Nobody wants to say, okay, I'm trying to learn and integrate with this person. They just like, I'm gonna force my situation on them, and I'm not gonna. It's a lot of takers out here. Is the best way to say it.
That's what it is. That's
There's
terrible.
a lot of takers out here. Yeah, they just get away with what they can get away with, even if they got to fake the funk. So I'm tired of dealing with those who say they can do stuff and then their actions don't match the sweet talk that they had for you in the beginning.
I don't know how you fix your mouth to ask for rent or light bill money. Um, the first time you ever sit down with any, like, I don't even understand how that occurs or how you even do that. Like, that's so wild to me. It really is. That's wild. Um,
It's fishing. People just be fishing
yeah, that
to see what
clearly,
they can get. Yeah.
clearly, because you're not the only man who has said that happens. A couple of my other guests have said the same thing. Like, they've ran across women who have done that, and I'm like, how? Like, what kind of,
Because there's dudes out there doing that, trying to get attention.
that's crazy to me. Um, what
Yeah, I
is
make a nice.
what if you don't mind me asking, what was it that initially attracted you to your ex-wife and then made you want to marry her? Like, what was it about her?
Because we were best friends first.
Oh,
Yeah, we both met each other in different relationships. We were working together,
okay.
so we were completely platonic, and it was just like she was like my homegirl. And then it's like we kind of spade had it that we broke up with our significant others at that time at the
Mm-hmm.
same time. So we just started spending more time together, and it just grew into a natural thing. That's why I felt like it was gonna be that
Yeah.
forever because we started out so well.
Yeah.
But once you get into that situation of where you got to integrate, that's when the problem started because she was a great actress. She could work herself up to be that person, but then once we started living together, the real her came out. She was a
Mm-hmm.
good promiser and wasn't a good deliverer, which is
Okay.
what women say men do all the time.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
it's some men that have, and that's what it's almost like a circle of, we at 40 and we all damaged because we've given to somebody who
Mm-hmm.
took from us, and now we're more,
Guarded.
aware of what,
Yeah.
yeah, cold hearted. Like, okay, you got to do something to make me feel a certain way because I didn't seen this before.
And I don't trust whatever it is that you're telling or showing me right now.
Yeah,
And
gotta
that's why you're
see it
saying it takes a while to get to that point where you're like, okay, this is how she is consistently. So,
consistently.
yeah. So
This
maybe,
is who she really is. Yeah,
okay. Because I will say this, I am genuinely a caring person. If I care about you, I care about you. You know what I'm saying?
right.
If I fool with you, I fool with you. I don't come from trying to manipulate people. I don't come from trying to get something out of you. You know what I'm saying?
Correct.
I really just want companionship, you know? And peaceful companionship, right? Because I'm also good with being alone. If you're gonna cause too much havoc in my life, right? Because I can't.
Right.
And so
I'm a,
what I'm finding is that I'm being questioned on my intentions and on my genuineness, right? Like, are you really like, why are you being so nice to me? Why are you, well, because I like you. So I'm being nice to you. But I
I mean,
do find, huh?
I said it goes back to your original point that I could imagine that if a man who, let's just say a construction worker that you find attractive and you decide, like, it is intimidating to be with somebody who has the credentials that you do. So it's almost like you got to work double hard to like make us feel like we involved
Mm-hmm.
rather than, the way that we perceive you. Like we have to always up things in order to keep
Mm-hmm.
you impressed because of the lifestyle you live prior to us coming into it. So, you might be used to going to Parish Steakhouse or, Papa Brothers. Like we have to plan for those things. This mean that, we got to plan.
Yeah.
We can't do that on this Saturday like you can do that. You can just go out on a Wednesday and be like, I'm gonna go get some steak. Like some
Right.
men be like, oh, I need 2 weeks before we can go
Right.
do that. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? But I got you. But
Right.
yeah, I can't just do that on a whim. You got to let me budget that into the situation. So it's intimidating because we want to maintain your lifestyle at the same time. We got to live too.
Yeah. No, and the crazy part about it is I'm not really I don't go to a lot of these expensive restaurants on a regular basis. Now, if I wanted to, I could, right? But I'm
Go
just
for it.
not that type of chick, you
You are so special.
take me to Chili's, you know what I'm saying? And I'm happy.
Stop it.
I
Hell no.
like Chili's. I do like 54th Street girl, Chili's, give me a
Stop
crab
it.
boil. I'm
Bree,
good.
stop it. Stop it, Bree. Hell no.
I like Chili's. Listen, they got an ancho salmon. Okay, it's off the chain. The egg rolls are off the chain at Chili's. I like Chili's.
Well, I know some dudes on here like,
I know they don't believe me, but if you looked at my receipts, you see
there's
that
a whole
I'm
bunch of
also
dudes on here
real.
like,
I like
oh, she said,
cheddars,
oh,
cheddars,
chatters.
chilies.
Chatters.
Every now and
Yeah,
again,
that's it.
I feel like some papados in my. I really like papados. You know what I'm saying? So every now and again, I'll do papados. But yeah,
Right.
no, I ain't doing all that. Take me to a bar and give me a couple wings. I'm straight. Like
Right.
that's how I am. So Christina says peaceful companionship. I like that, Brie. Yeah. Yeah. Peaceful companionship is real. I feel like, and I've said this before, I've done a reel about it, where I feel like, men are asking for peace and they should absolutely require that the woman that they're with give them peace. But I feel like peace is a two-way street and it should absolutely also be given, by the man to the woman. So peaceful companionship is absolutely what I'm here for. And I'm not here to fight no more. I'm 42. I'm too old for all this, right? to be arguing
Oh,
and fighting, and I ain't
I
doing
just
all
let
that.
you. I just let you have it now.
Yeah,
I
like
be like,
whatever.
you right,
Yeah,
whatever, and I just
whatever.
do what I'm gonna do regardless. You know
There
what I'm
you
saying?
go.
Like,
There you go.
yeah.
Um, D-Rose says cheddars. Yes, I love cheddars. Keisha says, I know she's not lying. That's my best friend. I'm telling you. Chili's is my
I mean,
best.
and look, like I say, you gotta understand. Women have to understand when they stand out and you special like that, then you have to be able to understand that it's a unicorn. Like you hear these things exist, but you never seen one. So y'all got to understand, just like we get doubted. Like I'm a good man, so every woman doubt me. You see what I'm saying? Because they've been done by so many dudes that had slick lines that can make them laugh, and then, came. So I have to show them consistently that
Yeah.
this is who I am every day.
No,
This
I
is who
like
I
that.
am every day. Like I'm a gentleman. I'm always open your door for you.
Yeah.
That's not no big deal to me like other people make it out to be. Like that's just how I was built and
Yeah.
how I was raised. So, being a gentleman ain't nothing for me, but women act like dudes, make it like it's a big deal. And I'm just like, nah, that's just how it is. But when I do that, they like, well, what you trying to get away with?
Mm-hmm.
Why you treating me so nice? You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? So now they getting on, it's always a wall you got to climb before
Yeah.
you can get to the real self. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I get that. Like what you're saying makes perfect sense. It's not the norm nowadays. And everybody's out to get something, everybody gaming somebody, right? And so
So it's tough.
yeah, so then it's not. It takes a longer time for them to believe that you are who you are, which then I get the consistency for 6 months. Deal. You know what I'm saying? Like I get it. John says, nah, bro, she has expressed her love of Chili's very often. I have, John. You know, you ain't got to call me out, John. I have. I love Chili's.
Mm.
So,
It was a
Miss Jacqueline said, yes, I finally caught one of your discussions. Yes, Miss, welcome, ma'am. Michelle says, them big mouth burger bites. Listen, off the chain, Michelle, okay? Off the chain. I love it. They also have, for those who are vegetarian, they have amazing veggie burger, okay? Off the chain. Just let you know. So, Chili's, okay? Cap, I just want you to know. Some of us are Chili's fan. Listen, a good
I
clean
dig it.
Denny's
I don't
make
knock
me
nobody
happy.
that like, yeah, everybody palate different.
Whatever. I think that was a
Yeah.
slug. Whatever. Okay.
No, I'm broken. I'm past that stage.
Listen, I
Chili's.
I like Chili's. You don't like, so you just go to all fancy restaurants is what you're trying to tell me.
I do not go out of all fancy
That's what you're
restaurants. I
trying to
just
say.
have my little different, my little different places I like to go. But I don't. I go to Chipotle before I go to Chili's.
Chipotle ain't no damn better. But Demonda said Chili's is not my jam. Clearly it ain't Caps either. And then Miss Jacqueline said Chili's be hidden because it do.
Yeah,
Okay.
Applebee's. I don't do
No,
none of those.
I don't like
Yeah,
Applebee's. I won't do
yeah,
Applebee's.
it's the same thing.
No, it's a slight step up from Apple. Slight. Okay? Don't do me, Cap. Don't do that. So
Baby.
don't do that, okay? I like Chili's. Um
Okay.
so what else? You are active.
No. You say you like me to ask. I'm gonna ask. I want to ask the women on the panel tonight. What do y'all look for in a man? What is the three things that you feel like you need to see from a man in order to get you to give you can crack that egg and finally start seeing your nurturing side. It's like even if you're a nurturer, you won't start off that way.
Yeah.
You come off kind of standoffish. So how do we get past that standoffish stage?
Okay, so you want the top 3 things that a man has to show you to get past that
That standoffish.
wall.
Yeah. Yeah, that
Okay,
wall.
so
Yeah.
y'all put y'all comments. So I'm gonna tell him my 3. Y'all make sure y'all put y'all's 3 in the
Yeah,
comment
let me
section.
know. Let me know.
Okay, so here's my 3. I guess my 3 he would have to show me consistency. Okay, and calling me and wanting to spend time with me, things of that. That's very important to me. That you put in an effort to connect with me, right? He would have to show me that he's genuine and everything that he's saying is what he means, right? Like there are no games to be played here. Like he's not out here just, trying to see what he can get from me, right?
Right.
And then the third thing is affection. I would need to see consistent affection, and outside of sex, right? Cuddling and just coming in again, going back to spending time with me, because to me, that QT is a form of affection for me.
Correct.
So he would have to. Those would be my top three things.
Okay.
Miss Jacqueline says consistency, integrity, and emotional intelligence. That emotional intelligence is real. Like that's hard to. I'm seeing that that's hard for a lot of people to come by, men and women, to have
Well,
emotional intelligence.
well, it just all depends. Like most men, once they get into their 40s, get past that aggressive stage of always having to maintain. They can, if you break a man down to where he feel like he can trust you too, then he can start showing his emotions and being more. Because I find myself to be more emotional now that I got a daughter. You
Okay.
see, so if she do something that hurt me, I'm gonna break down. I'm done. You know what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
but now I don't care. I used to be all, no, put yourself back together. But now,
Mm-hmm.
once a man get older and he done been through some things, he
Mm-hmm.
want people to know how they really feel if he real like that. You see what I'm saying? So
Okay. Okay. I
it's just
like that.
meeting the right person. It's just meeting the right
That's what
person.
it
You know
is.
what I mean? Being self-aware. You know what I mean?
What it is. Michelle says confidence, consistency, and quality time. And Miss Jacqueline says being self-aware is rare. It is. It's very, very rare for somebody to be self-aware. And here's the thing. I am at this point now where listen, I'm a work in progress, and I know I'm a work in progress. I have accomplished a lot of things. I'm a lot further than where I used to be in my 20s, right? But there's some things that I know that I have to work on, and I'm constantly working on that just so that I can be a better person as a whole, right? I love a man that can apologize. I love a man that can take accountability, right? Like I hurt you, I said something that was hurtful, and so I shouldn't have said that, and I'm sorry. I
So
apologize. Like that's sexy to me. Like, oh
that's
wait
care. Yeah, you
a
care.
minute,
You care about how I
right?
feel. Yeah,
Yeah,
correct.
yeah.
That's likewise. Like women usually don't apologize. They expect you to just understand. So to say you apologize for something and say you're gonna work on it and not try to do that anymore. That's
That's
sexy
big.
to a man too. That's
That's
sexy to a
big.
man.
Yeah, and to be honest with you, I do that now, but I haven't always done that. Like
Of course not.
I know when I'm out of pocket, and so I'll be like, I shouldn't have said that, or even if I don't know, but he lets me know that what I've done hurts him. Okay, I apologize. That was not my intentions. And then now I know your triggers, and I'll work on that.
Big.
But I want that in return as well.
Of course.
So uh, yes, a genuine apology speaks volumes. Yeah, it does.
It really
And
do.
a
On both
man to
sides.
on both sides, and a man to take accountability for what he's done to hurt your feelings. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, like that's big for me. Um, and Michelle says, "What? What, Michelle? What? Are you, what are you trying to say?" So, what about you? What's your three to get your wall to come down? What's your three that a woman has to show you? And men, I want to hear from y'all too. What are y'all's three that a woman has to show you?
Um, I really love to laugh. So if
Mm-hmm.
me and a woman can laugh together, that's a big deal for me because it don't matter how you feeling about life at the time. If you can
Mm-hmm.
trip out with your partner, that's sexy. I look for consistency as well. I want to know who you are so that I can adjust to who you are. Like I said, I try to get past your representative as fast as I
Yeah.
can. Like I want to know what your flaws are. I want to know what your triggers are. I want to know what your problem. I'll mess around and just do something just to see how you react to it because I want you to get past that point. You see what I'm saying? Like show me you upset so I know how to do. Because some women get upset and throw a brick through your window. Some women get upset and cry. Some women get upset and talk to you crazy. So you got to figure out which one you're dealing with to see if you can deal with it.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of how it is. Like that's my whole purpose is to say, okay, how do I deal with this person in order to And what are my core values? I live off my core values. I can adjust to anything around what my core values are. But if you touch one of the red buttons, then it's not meant for me. And I don't have time to deal with it.
Okay, okay. Michelle says that women don't apologize. I do too, Michelle. I do now. Okay. So don't, you coming for me. You tried it. Don't come for me, okay? I apologize now. I wasn't always like this, okay?
You're evolving. Yeah, you're
Huh?
evolving. You're evolving, yeah.
Yes, I'm evolving. There you go. And then Miss Jacqueline said, "Oh no, sir, not playing games." Yeah, listen, y'all like to test, man. Y'all like to throw tests out there. I don't like that.
It's
I
a
don't like the
but
tests.
what you say that you don't like that, but you say you like a man to invest in you, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So if he's investing in you, then he's trying to figure out what your triggers are, and he's not gonna run around blind to those things and get surprised by it. So, it might be a day that I'm a loner. Like you say you're a loner, right?
Yeah.
So it may be days you don't want to talk that much on the phone,
No.
right? And you'll expect understanding, but in turn, you might not understand that if I say, hey, I need a day to where, I'm busy and I don't really want to talk. Some women don't like when they can do whatever they want to do, but if you do it back to them, it's a problem.
Okay.
That's what you get. So that entitlement is something that I can't deal with in a woman. Those are my three things. You got to be consistent. Show me that you're funny, you want to, have a good time. But at the end of the day, people call it testing you. I'm not testing you if I'm trying to see what your real emotion is. That's not testing you because it's gonna come up anyway.
But
So
let it come
why
up
is it testing?
organically. Why would you incite it?
It's not inciting if you are an understanding woman. If you're not an understanding woman, you say that's a trigger. Okay, I understand that. But if you say, okay, I'm cool with that, man, like okay, she kind of understands. She ain't tripping like that on simple shit. Like it ain't gonna be nothing big. Like I'm gonna, prank you like it's a female in the bed or something. I'm talking about like simple stuff. Like she used to me calling her every day at 8. What if I wait till 9? Will she be mad? Like it ain't nothing like I'm setting you up to fail. I'm just trying to see how you respond to different things because life happens. I'm a father. I got kids. So I'm gonna be consistent, but I might not call you at 8 o'clock every day. And if that you get used to that and get mad because I can't do that, then it's not testing you. It's just seeing how you handle certain scenarios. Females do that all the time.
Okay.
Y'all just don't like it when it's done to y'all.
Okay.
Y'all set up scenarios.
I'm gonna tell you again. It depends on what female you're talking about, right? Now that whole
Right.
8-9 thing. I mean, yeah, that's. I
That's
don't.
petty.
I personally wouldn't be upset about that. Things happen. You busy. I mean, right? Like, but I get it, right? I'm not saying that everybody gets it, but I have heard men say, oh, you passed this test, or I don't. With tests, what what?
It's the same thing as the wall. Like y'all say we gotta understand y'all wall, but then the man say he puts you to a test and you pass. That's somehow different from the wall that we gotta climb. It's the same thing. We just do it different ways because we two different species.
I think a test on a wall is too, because y'all got walls too, right? So I think a test on a wall, to me personally, is two different things. But I don't. Yeah, there's a wall that's like you said, like you got to even get to know a woman for 6 months before you can dive in any deeper with her. It's a wall. It's the same thing. We got to, get to make sure that you're genuine, your intentions are true for that wall. Now, everybody has a wall, but the testing is more is different to me.
So you trying to tell me as a lawyer who's been to school, I'm assuming for 8 years
Yeah,
past
but watch,
college time like
watch how you
that
come
there's
for me
not a
though.
test in order for you to get your degree. You have to get a test, do you not? You wouldn't marry a man until you understand the type of man. It's going to be a test in every level of a relationship because you can't graduate until you know who somebody is in tough times
Right.
rather than
And
good times.
so,
Like I say, some of it going to happen organically, but for a man, we'll try to find the crazy in you earlier than you'll try to find it in us.
yes,
We trying to find you crazy.
when I went to law school, I absolutely had to take a test in order to graduate, but I knew what I was signing up for when I went to law school. So I knew that there were going to be tests involved, right? Now, when I'm dealing with a grown man, no, I'm not expecting for him to test me. I'm expecting for enough time to have transpired between us to where different things. You should see how I am when I'm happy, mad, sad, and whatever. You should see all my emotions as I should see all your emotions. I just don't think that I should be put to a test. I think it should come up organically. I think these things are gonna happen anyway. It's life, right? So I think that it should just come up organically, or just don't tell me that you put me up to a test. How about that? That's how we squash all that, right? Just mentally to yourself, like, okay, she passed that one next. I mean, if that's what you're gonna do. But to tell me, oh, you passed the test. I mean, I didn't sign up for a test. I didn't know I was doing a test. I didn't know, so that's just me personally. But Joseph said history of respect, communication, and transparency. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I think those are good. I think respect, again, respect is major. Like, we say that all the time and we know that inherently. But like, when people don't really be out here being respectful, right? And I'll be like, right. For me, it's the how you talk to me type of deal, because I'm not talking to you any kind of way. So I don't like to be spoken to, any kind of way. And to me, that goes into respect. But Devondra says testing and investing are not the same. And Joseph says, speaking facts, bro. Transparency form mental and spiritual, emotional vantage point. Should natural. Okay. So transparency from a mental and spiritual. I'm trying to figure out. Okay. So he likes transparency. He's into transparency. And so am I. I like transparency, but I don't, I just think the test should be silent. There should be silent tests if you're going to do them anyway, right?
We all have them.
Huh? You say you don't have them?
So we all have those hurdles, but
yeah.
It's just worded differently.
Yeah. Okay. So, Corey, we have come to that time where we got to wrap this up. But before we do, I know, like I told them before you came on, you're a comedian and you've been out here doing your thing on the scene for a minute.
Sure.
And so and I've seen you in action, and you are a damn good comedian. So y'all make sure y'all follow him. His handle should be somewhere on the screen. Make sure y'all follow him. That part. And show him some love, and then tell us what you got going on. You have any shows coming up? Anything we can support you on?
Got a major show coming up on the 3rd, December the 3rd. I'll be doing a paint and sip. I'll be hosting that event with celebrity comedian. I don't know if y'all know him, but he's like he rising in the city. I'm rising in the city. We got a hell of a lineup. So it's like a paint and sip. You can come paint and do the things that y'all do, and then it's a comedy show after that. So
dope.
You can make it to the comedy show for $35, and then you can do the paint and sip for $65.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
cool.
So
and who are you doing it with?
Celebrity comedian, Nazareth St. Allen, New Buck the comedian, just some up and coming killers in the city of Dallas right now.
Okay. Cool. Anything else you want us to do? I told them to follow you. Anything else that you need us to follow or jump on?
No, just look out for me, man. I'm on Corey Caphill on Facebook, Corey. Caphill Comedy on Instagram, Caphill Comedy on TikTok. Also, Corey Caphill on Cash App. Y'all can follow me on that too if you feel up to it. What else I was going to say? But I really want to say this to the ladies, though. I feel like this is something y'all can take from this conversation. Y'all should find a man that likes you more than you like him in the beginning. So
I heard that.
Because no man can love you the way you'll love him at the end. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So you got to start it off. Let us start it off. We still should pursue you. Women should never put themselves in a position to pursue a man, because he'll put you at that level forever. Let him want you more than you want him in the beginning.
I like that, Cap. And I've heard that before. And I, you know, I didn't really understand why, but I've heard it before. Um, but you've just shed some light on it. And if you don't, I mean, if you have a couple minutes, can you just kind of go into that a little bit more?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's a man should pursue a woman. So I should my job is to pursue you and make you comfortable with me before you come in giving me all you can give me. You know
Okay.
what I mean? And then I just become a person who just takes from that and think just because I'm the dude, that's what I'm supposed to have.
Mm-hmm.
Entitlement is the killer of any relationship.
Yeah.
You should never feel entitled to anything a person give you just because you. You should always have to earn it back in some kind of way. Whatever her positive is should be a counterbalance to something that you positive with her for. And be
Okay.
consistent with it. Because anytime somebody start feeling like they're getting taken advantage of, is the desecration of any relationship.
Yeah. I agree. That's some good stuff right there. Joseph says, "Follow, bro. Keep pushing. Great show, Bree." And Devondra says, "Good shit right there." Yeah, that was really good. That was a good way to end the show. I appreciate that, and I appreciate you for coming on. And you have been an
Of
amazing
course.
guest. And y'all make sure y'all follow him. Thank you everybody for watching. Thank you, Cap. And I'll see y'all later. Bye.
All right. Bye bye.